What's up guys, welcome back. Today in this video we're going to be discussing the Bloodborne, The Death of Sleep issue 2 by Titan Comics. So this is the second issue out of 4. I really enjoyed the first one. The first one had 4 cover variants, 5 with a Forbidden Planet one. And first of all, before we talk about the comic, I'm going to show you the variants of this issue. So due to the popularity of the first issue, it kind of went out of print really fast. So they brought out a reprint of the first issue firstly, of which the cover is in black and white, and let me tell you, the art looks amazing on this front cover. It's the same cover as cover A, but in the black and white it really brings out the detail of how the art is done, and here it is. As you can tell, it's just a beautiful piece of art. Really love this cover. I'm going to try and keep this one as in mint condition as possible. Next up we have cover A. Now cover A is set in the Forbidden Woods or the swamps, and we have an image of the hunter carrying the pale blood child on his back and his shoulders through the swamps. And this is a really awesome art piece as well. We see like the viper pits and the snakes, and there's also like a little cursed monster there in the swamp as well. It's a really nice cover. And last but not least, cover B features the Forbidden Woods with the giant windmill in the background, and you can see the hunter in the foresight there over the other side just looking over the windmill with his torch drawn, and this is a really cool artwork as well. I can't stress how cool the art is on these. So with that out of the way, let's talk about the comic. I'm going to try not to delve too much into spoilers. This is more of just like my brief review of the comic and some of the things that happened in it which I liked or which I didn't like. So far it seems like each comic is in a certain location of the world of Yharnam, and this one mostly takes place in the Forbidden Woods. Now let me tell you, I hate the Forbidden Woods in the games. It's a beautiful location, but those damn fucking snakes scared the shit out of me, and I couldn't get through there faster even though it took me such a long time to get through. So seeing that this was taking place in the Forbidden Woods, I really liked the concept of it because I didn't get killed by snakes because I was reading a comic instead of playing the game. So this is still an escort mission, basically, with the hunter trying to bring the pale blood child to safety from the monsters and the people who want to hurt him or do whatever with him. And doing so in the woods, they come across a fair few amount of monsters. One of my favourite panels from this comic is one where we see one of the vermin host, which is one of the cursed humans, but they have the snake heads coming out, so it's like a human body but with snake heads. And this panel just shows a shot of it just standing there aimlessly walking around with this torch in the woods, and I just thought it was creepy as hell, and I loved the way it looked. We have one big fight scene in this comic, and that has to do with one of the viper pits. This was really awesome because it also cross-cut with the hunter's inner thoughts at the same time as fighting, so we get in panel of fighting and a panel of like a black screen with just like inner thoughts, and I thought that was really cool because it was interesting to read back, because the conversations between the two different types of panels were following on, so you had to kind of read them back twice to get the full like sentences, which I thought was quite cool. And the way this is written as well, I love the writing in it. It's very like gothic and poetic in a way. A lot of these speeches that the hunter has in his inner thoughts are just like beautifully written. I love the way they do that. They're very cryptic as well, as with the entire story of the Bloodborne and these comics. Speaking of cryptic, this is only a 4-issue series, and we don't seem to be getting many answers. We seem to be just getting sort of like hints towards the lore, not really much as in answers of where the story's going or anything that was left over in the game. We haven't really got answers to, which I'm not too bothered about in my own opinion. I love the game, I love its cryptic way, and I will feel the exact same way if we don't get any answers at all. I think I still love it because I just love the writing, I love the art style. Also in issue 2 we have an encounter with another person. I won't say who this is. I didn't really remember them from the game at all, to be honest, but this character gave sort of an explanation for why they were. All the characters in the game seem to be behind locked doors. They're trying to stop the infection from growing, and this gave an example of a situation where this needed to happen, so I thought that was interesting and worked well with the game's mechanics. As far as the game's mechanics, how they worked in the first one with the characters dying and stuff, this one also brought on some more, like we get to see the hunter actually use the lantern and the gravestone to transport between zones, so it's not just a story that kind of bypasses the game mechanics, it actually configures them into the story, and I really like the way they do that. There is one shot with the moon presence, the main boss from the game, and this is just a beautiful panel. It's one whole page and you see the thing. It's quite small in the top, but it's like perfectly symmetrical in the middle of the screen, and I just love the way that looks, and hopefully we get to see more of that in the upcoming issues. Speaking of upcoming issues, we get a hint that the next issue is possibly going to be taking place in the fishing hamlet. Now this is a location from the old Hunters DLC, which I love. This place was just basked in atmosphere, and I really love this location and the enemies there. So I'm really looking forward to issue 3. Those are my quick thoughts on this issue. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Let me know your thoughts on these comic series. Let me know what you want to see in the upcoming issues. Are you enjoying this comic series so far? I know I am. It's kind of making me want to go back and play the game. Although I keep going back to the game every now and again, I kind of want to just dig in and get to all these references and all the things that the comic book is bringing back out, all these memories of the characters and just things they were saying, which I think are really relevant to the story and how cryptic it is, and how I want to learn more about the lore of the game and the comic. So that's all I've really got to say. I hope you've enjoyed the video. I hope you've enjoyed seeing the covers and my thoughts on it. So like I said, let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section, and thanks for watching, and see you with issue 3 next month.